If your LinkedIn profile isn't creating opportunities, the problem isn't your experience, it's how your profile is structured. Most career professionals aren't losing because they lack experience. They're losing because their profile doesn't communicate value fast enough. Your LinkedIn isn't a biography, it's a professional landing page. And if someone lands on it and can't quickly tell what you do, who you help, and why you're credible, they move on. In this video, I'll show you the 5 sections that determine whether your profile works or gets ignored. No hacks, no fake personal branding, just a clear way to make your profile easier to understand, easier to trust, and easier to act on. But before I tell you about the real problem with most LinkedIn profiles, let me know down below, what's your biggest struggle when looking for a job? Here's the mistake most people make. They treat LinkedIn like an online resume. So they list their jobs, they paste their responsibilities, they upload a decent photo, and maybe they add a headline. And then they wait. But that's not enough. Because when someone visits your profile, they're silently asking, who are you? What do you actually do well? What kinds of problems can you help solve? And should I keep reading? If your profile doesn't answer those questions, people move on. That's why this matters. LinkedIn is part search engine, part reputation platform, and part networking environment. So your profile needs to do all 3 jobs at once. First, help the right people find you. Second, help them understand you quickly. And then third, help them feel confident enough to engage. And that's the standard. A strong LinkedIn profile needs to do 3 things. 1 is look credible. This is your hygiene. 2 is sound clear. This is your message. And 3, support action. This is what makes people connect, message, follow, and remember you. If you get these 3 right, your profile becomes useful. Let's start with looking credible. First, your LinkedIn URL. This is small, but it matters. If your URL still looks messy with random numbers and syllables, clean it up. Go to your profile, click on the edit button, use some sort of version of your name. And if your name is common, you might need to add your industry like HR, PMP, or some other unique identifier. And be sure to update your resume with the updated link. Don't worry, the old URL will still work. But be careful if you start making additional updates, as not all of the intermediate updates may work. The URL update doesn't magically get you hired, but it signals attention to detail. It looks cleaner when shared, and it makes your profile feel more intentional. Next is your photo. You don't need a glamorous photo, you need a trustworthy one. Use a clear headshot, good lighting, make your face visible, and look approachable. And yes, that usually means smile. A lot of people overcomplicate this. The goal isn't to look impressive, the goal is to reduce friction. You want someone to look at your profile and think, this person seems credible, normal, and professional. That's enough. The photo just needs to be good enough that they don't care and they move on. Next is your background banner. Most people ignore this. That's why it's useful. If yours is the default gray and blue blocks, then you're saying that you're a default person, and default doesn't stand out. Your banner should quietly reinforce your professional identity. That could be your industry, your area of expertise, and a clean visual tied to your work and a simple brand statement. Don't turn it into a cluttered ad. Just make it relevant. Go into something like Canva and pick something that speaks to you. Avoid the first 2 or 3 pages, as that's what most people will pick. The more personalization and customization, the better. If it's just a stock photo, are you saying that you're a stock person? And the good part, you can change it tomorrow. This next fix is one of the most important parts of your profile, and one of the most underused. A weak headline is usually just a job title. LinkedIn defaults to your latest title and company. For example, senior manager at X company. That tells me almost nothing. A stronger headline gives context. It tells people what you do the skills you have, who you help, what space you work in, and sometimes how you think. You don't need to sound clever, you need to sound clear. A simple formula is role or expertise, an optional niche or audience, and job-related skills for SEO. For example, marketing strategists helping B2B companies turn content into pipeline, marketing strategy, demand generation, lead nurturing. And notice what these do? They move beyond title. They create meaning. Your headline should help the right person say, okay, I get what this person is about. Plus, it's where SEO, search engine optimization, starts on your profile. After all, if they're looking for someone with demand generation and those specific words aren't on your profile, how can you appear on the search? Now let's get more personal. Your About section is where most people either say too little or say way too much. You don't need a life story. You need a short, readable narrative that answers 4 things. What do you do? What are you good at? What kinds of problems do you help solve? And what are you moving towards? And an optional CTA, call to action, to connect. That's it. A simple structure is present, what you do now, and the value you provide. Strengths, what you're known for, and a concrete example of the results you've achieved. And then direction. What kinds of opportunities, conversations, or interests are you open to? For example, I'm a project and operations leader with experience turning messy cross-functional work into clear execution. I excel at stakeholder communication, process improvement, and helping teams move from ambiguity to action. For a previous client, I worked across complex environments to re-engineer operations, workflows, resulting in 15% or 15 million in savings, demonstrating my ability to develop stakeholder alignment and trust as a technical skill. I'm especially interested in roles where I can combine operations, people leadership, and strategic problem solving. Now that works because it's clear, readable, and useful. A few rules: write like a person, not a brochure. Avoid the buzzword soup and break it into short paragraphs, and perhaps add a few emojis to add some character. You want to optimize for clarity over impressiveness. If your About section sounds like it was generated by a committee, then rewrite it. And remember, SEO. Be sure to take a look at the skills and qualifications that the jobs you want are looking for and put it in your About section. Don't worry if you've already mentioned them in your tagline. You actually want to repeat yourself a little to help the search algorithm. This is where your credibility often breaks down. Too many people use the experience section like a job description. That's the mistake. Your profile shouldn't just say what your role was. It should show what you actually did well. For each role, try the RAC structure. Result, what were you able to achieve? Action, what did you do? And then context, what was your team, function, or scope? You might not have results for everything you've done, and whenever possible, show outcomes. Not every role needs giant metrics, but your bullets should make people think, yes, this person creates value. A weak version is responsible for cross-functional coordination and reporting. Better is increased profitability by 15%, $150,000 monthly, by improving visibility, reducing delays, and supporting more consistent execution across operations, product, and leadership teams. The more specifics you can add, the better. Also, don't ignore older roles completely if they support your story. But you don't need equal detail everywhere. Focus on relevance. That might sound like your resume, and you can treat your experience section like your super resume, a career document that outlines your experience. Your resume is limited to 2 pages, so that might be 4 bullets per experience. Your LinkedIn experience could have 10 bullets. Those are the most important sections on your profile. As a quick hygiene test, ask yourself, if someone sees only my photo, my banner, my headline, and my About section for just 5 seconds, do they understand what kind of professional I am? If there's confusion, then your visitor will probably move on. These sections can be helpful because they add proof and completeness. Plus, your SEO. The skills section. Don't treat this as random decoration. Choose skills that support the story your profile is telling. Your top 2 need to be relevant to the professional identity that you're conveying. Again, focus on SEO and add as many job-relevant skills as possible. I'd suggest adding at least 50. And as of this recording of the video, the current limit is about 100. The featured section. This is underused. If you have strong work samples, posts, interviews, articles, presentations, or portfolio pieces, feature them. This helps people move from claims to evidence. The recommendation section. These are useful because they act as third-party proof. A good recommendation can say in 2 lines what your whole profile is trying to prove. Volunteer, certifications, projects, and education. You can use these when you're strengthening your position. Don't just add sections just to look busy. Add them when they reinforce value. That's the rule for every section on LinkedIn. If it supports the story, keep it. If it adds noise, cut it. A better profile is useful, but a better profile alone isn't a strategy. So once your profile is clean, here are 3 moves that matter most. Strategy 1 is to engage. Don't just exist on LinkedIn, participate. Follow people in your field, and don't just like posts, make meaningful comments and respond thoughtfully. Share some useful ideas, and you can even engage in conversations in comments, especially for folks that you want to connect with. You don't have to become a creator, you just need enough visible activity that your profile feels alive. Strategy 2, build warm familiarity. A profile makes you legible, and engagement makes you familiar. And familiarity matters. When someone has seen your name, your comments, your ideas, or your presence a few times, then outreach becomes easier. This is one reason cold networking often feels cold. There's no familiarity layer. So be purposeful in your engagement. Build a list of 10 to 50 people and see what they've posted. Then engage. Then, if you can have a more personal conversation in DMs, go ahead. Strategy 3, use LinkedIn to support real conversation. LinkedIn is not the whole relationship, it's a bridge. Use it to reconnect with weak ties, continue conversations after events, stay visible, and make future outreach easier. That's the real value. Not just collecting connections, building professional familiarity over time. What that means practically is to message all, yes, I said all, of your connections. You don't have to do it all in one day, but 10 a day can build your pipeline into one that's overflowing with opportunities. Let me save you some time. Do not obsess with tiny wording tweaks while avoiding actual networking, or stuff your profile with buzzwords, or write generic connection messages asking for help too fast, or copy influencer-style content that doesn't fit your professional identity, or confuse profile optimization with a job search strategy. Your LinkedIn profile helps, but it doesn't replace real conversations or targeted job search effort. A great LinkedIn profile can increase trust and visibility, but it won't fix a weak value proposition, unclear direction, or zero relationship building. So, optimize it, but don't worship it. If you want to improve your LinkedIn profile this week, do this in order. Step 1, clean up your URL, photo, and banner. Step 2, rewrite your headline to clearly articulate your value. Step 3, rewrite your About section using present, strengths, and direction. And step 4, review your skills, featured, and recommendations so they support your positioning. And then step 5, spend 10 to 15 minutes daily engaging with people and topics that matter to your career. That's enough to create momentum. If your LinkedIn profile has been sitting there like a static online resume, start thinking about it differently. It's not just a record of where you've been, it's now how people decide whether to pay attention now. So you want to make it clear, make it credible, make it easier for the right people to understand your value. And once that's done, Use LinkedIn the way it actually was meant to work. Not as a profile, but as a platform for visibility, familiarity, and better conversations. And if you want a supportive community to level up your LinkedIn profile and skills, join us in the Career Confidence Gym. The link is in the description box below. Because a strong profile gets you taken seriously, but strong outreach is what turns visibility into opportunity. By the way, YouTube recommends you watch this video next. And if you want to know who to connect to first on LinkedIn, click here. Until next time, be focused and stay inspired.